Hey Jewel fans!
I'm Chris.
And I'm Ronnie from the Jewel Writers Archive.
We're here at the, not Sacramento Toy Con anymore.
No,
we're at Great
Escape Games in Sacramento. So Great Escape Games hosted us for our very first archive showcase.
Yeah.
Our live archive showcase. It's almost like Disney on Ice. I can see it live. But we brought in a collection of some of our favorite pieces from the archive, so we want to share them with you, everyone who weren't able to be here. So go ahead, and we're going to start off and we're going to showcase some of the things. I think honestly the story of Jewel Riders begins with Enchanted Camelot.
Yeah. So Enchanted Camelot was really the first original non-Pern version of Jewel Riders that came out. And it focused, I think, on a little more Arthurian setting. But you have Princess Gwenevere, still named Gwenevere, and her unicorn Amber, which you can see, this is the original prototype of Amber. And it was made by Greg Attori. It's a kitbash. And it's a really fabulous little piece of Jewel Riders history. You can see her, of course, right in the photo there. We also have another piece from that kitbash. It's the wolf from, or Drake, or maybe it was Arthur at the time, rode a wolf that you can see in the image as well. So we have that cool piece of memorabilia to share as well. In addition, we had another version of Sunstar or Amber, depending on what version she was from Enchanted Camelot at the time, where this beautiful pink version that looks much more similar to what we ended up with.
And there's a photo that, as we're thumbing through some of the photos, we might be able to come across the photo of it, but she has some pretty amazing armor that goes on this toy, and it's fun to look at the toy and fun to see all of her, as they said, the rump jewels. So that is some of that's on there. I think that you can actually see the picture.
This is one of them with wings, which is a different version. But there's also this cool version with, you can see the armor and the blanket. It's a very Moondance look by the end.
You know, this is actually the very first time that I'm holding these. I actually haven't ever held these before, so I'm a little entranced by all of the intricate details on her mane, the beading, her jewel, just everything about the toy. Again, I hadn't seen them before. And another thing is that because I hadn't seen them before, I was a little taken aback at how heavy the wolf is.
Oh, the wolf is like a paperweight.
This is really heavy, actually. But it's very, very cool. Fun to see.
Yeah, you can see the little forest stone on the front, upside down. It's very cute.
There you go. And then really the design of the toys, then they started to market it as Jewel Riders. And one of the first things that you got to do is you got to create a show Bible.
Yeah.
And you got to create something to tell the world, of the Jewel Riders.
This is a show Bible dated 1994. It's called Enchanted Jewel Riders, which is one of the many names the show went by in pre-production. So it's really cool. If you haven't read this, it's on the site in full. It's all scanned. I highly recommend you read it. It's really cool stuff. And if you are a world builder or a writer, it's just absolute catnip. So I hope you enjoy.
There's lots of sketches inside
there's
of it.
Interesting images inside of it as well.
And this one, as we had mentioned, the first one is called Enchanted Jewel Riders. So it kind of went through a couple different names. Enchanted Jewel Riders, Princess Gwenevere and her Jewel Adventures.
Yeah. Gwenevere goes through a number of spellings, like the classic Gwenevere spelling
Arthurian
versus the G-W-E-N.
Like that one, she's named Gwenevere.
Yes.
So that's like that one.
But you can see the seeds of what would become the show in this show Bible. And there's a lot of stuff that really makes it into the final product.
And Tamara's Melody as well. So that's the original one. And then Fallon's Alex. So very cool. I mean, this was the show Bible, and then from there we started to create some other world building through the storyboards. So when we wanted to start telling the story, so this is an example of one of the slug storyboards. So basically, it just means like it's a copy of a finalized storyboard.
Slugged, I think, basically means that it's timed with. It's like the storyboards matched up with script and effects and stuff like that. So this is Jewel Quest Part 1.
This is all Part 1. It's huge. This is only 22 minutes worth of animation. Like, this is really thick.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in here, just a lot of fun, interesting, storytelling. And again, this is all available also on the website
it's all
as well.
scanned.
So it's all scanned, it's all ready to show. And then from there, it was time for the marketing department to create better toys. So after Jewel Riders was finalized, we started to create Gwenevere. And fun thing, this was tooled from a singing princess doll, the Jasmine doll. So again, it kind of everything's connected. Yeah. Disney princess, Tanko, Jewel Riders. So we have this.
Yeah, and you can see there's scanned images of that on the site. You can also find a little more about that singing Disney princess design connection in some of our interviews with Greg Attore.
Right. Do you have that pink folder over there? Because in there we have a couple of photographs. Well, we can also see it on there. There's some photographs of the toys, too.
Which folder?
Right there in the front. There's the photos right there. So you can see when they started to design the toys.
These are toy prototypes of molds, of pre-molds made at the factory.
Little arm pieces and things like this. So this is all the work that went into creating the toys. So this is all some of the stuff that we were sharing. I think that's the Tamara one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's her bracer.
Gwenevere,
That's her bracer
Tamara.
leg.
I mean, that's really cool to see.
Yeah.
So from there, then they started to finalize, and that's really when the style guide came into play. So now that you have kind of a finalized idea, the marketing team has to have something to be able to utilize. And this is something that we used when creating the archive as well.
Yeah, so the style guide actually helped us make the style for the website.
Right.
So we were able to find out the Pantone colors, all of that kind of stuff. It was really cool.
And this is huge, so I'm going to have you hold a piece of it.
Yeah.
Be careful. So we have
It's a little on the fragile side.
table of contents, and then we have some other artwork in here. And let's go ahead and turn some more pages. You can see a lot of the different styling, artwork that would be utilized in packaging. As we mentioned that there are Pantone colors in here, it's just, I think that I flipped through all of the non-colored images. But they are in there. I think I got a kale. There's a kale. So you can see her in the Pantone. And again, all this stuff is available on the archive as well.
All scanned. These giant pages were lovingly put back together by us.
Okay, and then from there, after the style guide is all created, then we pretty much have to get ready to showcase the series.
Yeah.
So we have some other marketing, like let's look in here. Oh, I think I found the pink folder that I was asking you about. So this was the pictures, as I was saying, about like the different toys and everything like that. Let's actually take a look at, let's look through this binder for a little while.
Okay.
Do we have anything interesting there?
We have some models, some color models from the show. You can see Drake here. You can see Spike, and I love this Spike one because there's notes that, it's too dark and they need to change the colors. And Merlin. We have some great, really rare images of King Jared, which I really love. And you can have this bizarro colors on the Dweezils.
Yes, pink and green.
There's like 90s Taco Bell just showed up. But yeah, you have like Goliath and Grim.
Oh, and then we got to the third season. So
we have some of these artboards with us for the unproduced third season of Toys. There's Gwen, there's Tamara.
Winter Tamara.
Ian, which was going to be transformed into Beast Ian.
So again, these are all going to be toys. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Here's basic Fallon and her second image. And here's Morgana. My God.
Blanked for a minute.
Yeah. Morgana and her dress that would transform into a throne.
That's
so
something.
Crazy. And also Tanko, because Tanko.
Right, because Tanko's amazing. I think that we had some other stuff in the front here that I really like. We have some copies of background art. So this is some of the background art from the show. That's pretty rare. I think there's another page in here. Oh, we got some advertisements that it was claiming that it was the #1 series.
Beating out Happiness. Sailor
Tenko.
Moon, and Tenko.
Yeah, there you go. And then we got some scripts over here. So we got some scripts in there. Color guides, as we said. So that was some of the archive. And then we also had, basically, as we were talking about, from the first season, we had a lot of products that came out. We also have some other artwork. Careful with that one. We have something really special. It is one of the original cells from the series. So there is the
Wizard's Peak.
Yes, Gwen and
My favorite
Drake cell.
episode.
So there you go. What's really cool about this is you can see Jewel Riders was hand drawn, like a lot of the series at the time. But it was changing. I mean, this was also a time when they were looking at doing, caps. So when Disney had created the digital coloring system. So you can see on the back that this is the way that it was painted in layers. You first start off with the small details. So first the white in the eye, or the blue, and then the white, and then go from there. So you can kind of see that on the back here. That's a really fun thing. So there you go. That is what the cell looks like.
We also have the original animation drawing that goes with that cell. So that's a really cool thing to see as well.
Right.
And just beautiful, clean line art. It's gorgeous.
And that would have been one of the finished, approved sketches. And then basically, I mean, it's just the rest of the toys that we were showcasing. So we have some more of the unproduced prototypes. So you have Shadowsong over here. This is what he would have looked like. This is his prototype. So this is Shadowsong prototype. I haven't held him in so long, actually.
I know.
I mean, honestly, these just
It's been a while
sit.
since I've taken some of these out of my storage.
These just sit in storage, unfortunately, in the archive. But you can see he's a...
We need a museum.
He's a sun star. That's what he is. The something over there.
Yeah,
and a moon dance mask
He's
over it.
he's got the same body as Sunstar.
Right. But he has moon dance's accessories. And then we have a prototype Sunstar over here.
Yeah. Done in factory test shot colors. So these were obviously not the colors she would have been for
Right.
real. These are just whatever colors the factory has extra of. They use to make test shot prototypes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like we have all just like the
Yeah,
grays and
like
the
it's
oranges.
random grays and oranges and
Right. But again, it just would have been like
right.
the-
It's only for approval of the mold masters, basically.
And then from there, we have some of the toys. So these were fun, the dolls. When we were talking about, moving on to the new series, can you grab that for me? We have the original advertisement sheets for Jewel Riders. So these were the fold-outs that contained the original first series, and then we have second series updates, and then we have the original deluxes and the second season deluxes, and then we also have a page that talks about the jewels, and then also the Sunstar that's up on the top. So a lot of these unproduced toys were going to be from the second wave. The artboards that you saw were going to be from the third wave, but this is the second wave. The second wave started. We have the flying Gwenevere. This is the unproduced Gwenevere.
Again, in those test shot colors.
So that's her. And then we do have a Gwenevere who, this is the Jewel Power Gwenevere, the updated version. And she's painted. So this one is painted. And then we have an unpainted version. She has her accessories.
Really cool stuff. And those are supposed to have a color change feature, I believe.
On the armor.
On the armor.
Yeah. Then we have Invisible Fallon over here. So this is Invisible Fallon. So she's
I love
in
her
clear
cape.
armor.
I love her double trouble head. One side was supposed to be invisible and the other was supposed to be painted. So that when you turned her head around, she was quote unquote invisible.
Right.
Yeah.
Very fun, very fun. And then the last thing that we have is the ultimate jewel power. An unproduced Heartstone.
Yay.
By the magic of the Heartstone.
It's so cute.
So this is what it looked like.
It's sort of disappointing in reality.
Well, because it's just a circle. But at least the heart was a circle-ish. Like the moon was the same shape.
yeah,
so.
they're all circles. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Right. So this is the Heartstone.
If you want some more accurate jewels, one friend of the archive, Noah Noe, makes these beautiful acrylic jewels. You can get them on her store Envy, and they are fabulous, and I highly recommend you
You can
get
have
them.
the Darkstone.
She also makes these really cute pencil pouches.
Look at this. Isn't that cute?
I love them. I'm
Yes.
obsessed.
She also has stickers as well.
Yes.
So those are all available. Well, this was a little bit of an example of some of the
Yeah.
stuff that we have in the archive. We wanted to showcase this for whoever was in the Sacramento area.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the fans who stopped by. Thank you so much
Yes,
for
we love
sharing
you.
in the magic. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing in the 25th anniversary, which
Yeah.
we're getting ready to celebrate. It's so exciting.
I know, coming up soon.
I know it. So we're going to be doing another one of these in Los Angeles later in the year. So we'll be posting more information. We'll be giving you some definite dates and times and locations, but we hope to see you there.
Stay tuned.
Right. So I guess until the next time.
Friends together.
Friends forever.
All right.
Bye.
By the magic of the Sunstone, you're tuned into the Jewel Riders Archive.
Hello, friends. Can I tell you the good news, Princess Gwenevere?